My fiancé dumped me because his ex faked a coma. His mother yelled, "Stay single if you don't respect love." So I disappeared without a word. Recently they found me standing speechless outside a grand Venice cathedral, where I was walking down the aisle, marrying his ex's younger millionaire brother who worshipped me. Stay single if you don't respect love. Natalie's voice echoed through the empty restaurant, her words slicing through me like the chef's knife I'd wielded for years. But it wasn't directed at me. It was aimed at her son, my ex-fiancé, who stood with his head bowed, unable to meet anyone's eyes after what he'd done. My hands trembled as I gripped the edge of the stainless steel prep table, the same table where Caleb had first kissed me 2 years ago. The kitchen of Harvest and Hearth, once my sanctuary, now felt like a tomb for my buried dreams. Just 3 hours earlier, I had been executive chef Aria Mitchell, respected culinary artist and future wife to the owner's son. Now I was just Aria, abandoned, humiliated and burning with a quiet rage that threatened to consume me. "I never meant to hurt you, Aria," Caleb whispered, his voice barely audible over the hum of refrigerators. "Penelope needs me. Her condition. Her condition is a lie," I said flatly, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounded despite the hurricane raging inside me. "But your feelings for her aren't, are they? They never were." If this story of heartbreak and unexpected revenge resonates with you, hit subscribe to join our community. It's free and you'll never miss another journey of someone rising from betrayal to find their own justice. Now let's see how Aria's world came crashing down. The truth had been hiding in plain sight, like a bitter ingredient in an otherwise perfect dish. All those late-night texts he'd try to hide. The way he'd grow distant whenever her name came up in conversation. I had ignored the signs, too busy perfecting my béarnaise sauce and planning our forever. When I first started at Harvest and Hearth 5 years ago, I was nobody, just another line cook with big dreams and student loans. Joel Harrington took a chance on me when no other upscale restaurant would. I worked my way up, impressing him with my work ethic and innovative take on classic American cuisine. My maple-glazed duck with cherry reduction became the restaurant's signature dish, written up in food magazines and bringing in diners from 3 states away. "Your hands speak truth through food," Joel once told me, his eyes crinkling with pride. "That's rare, Aria. Most chefs cook with their ego. You cook with your soul." When Caleb started hanging around the kitchen more, I assumed he was there on his father's orders, learning the business he would one day inherit. I didn't realize he was watching me, fascinated by my dedication. Our romance bloomed slowly, coffee after closing, walks by the river discussing menu ideas, and finally, a kiss that tasted like the raspberry sorbet I'd been experimenting with. "You're different," he told me. "After Penelope, I didn't think I'd feel this way again." Penelope Kingston. The name that would eventually destroy everything. His college sweetheart, the society girl whose family vacationed with senators. She'd broken his heart 3 years before I met him, leaving him for a finance guy in Chicago. I never worried about her, she was ancient history, or so I thought. Joel had embraced our relationship with unexpected enthusiasm. "You've got something special, Aria," he'd said one evening after service, placing a fatherly hand on my shoulder. "You remind me of myself at your age, hungry for perfection, never satisfied with good enough. Caleb needs someone like you." When Caleb proposed in the herb garden behind the restaurant, Joel was the first to celebrate, opening a bottle of Dom Perignon he'd been saving for a special occasion. "To my future daughter," he toasted, his eyes misty. The daughter I never had but always wanted. The wedding planning consumed my free time. Joel insisted on hosting the reception at the restaurant, closing it for a full weekend, something he'd never done before. "Nothing but the best for my kids," he'd beamed. I had designed a 9-course tasting menu that told our love story through food. The invitations had gone out just last week. Then Penelope came back to town. Just catching up with an old friend, Caleb had assured me when I found out they'd met for coffee. I believed him because that's what trust is supposed to be. One coffee turned into texting, which turned into lunch. I was too busy finalizing wedding details and running the kitchen to notice how his eyes lit up when his phone buzzed. 3 days ago, Caleb rushed out of the restaurant mid-service. "Emergency," he'd mumbled, not meeting my eyes. "Penelope's in the hospital. Collapsed suddenly. They don't know if she'll wake up." I gave him space, covered his responsibilities at the restaurant, and waited for updates. When he didn't come home